Here's an artist that is overdue for the turnout on Cheery tunes, Noel. And I've got here a copy of the Stately Homes of England, which we shall play with His Majesty's Theatre Orchestra, conducted by Francis M. Collinson. But before we can play it, I've got to fit a new needle in this machine. We're on the Marconigram, and I was looking around in my store, and I found a bag of needles, and I've been experimenting with fitting a sapphire needle in here, but in fact every time I put it in and popped the pickup down on its rest, it fell out again. So I decided it was a waste of time. I do have a selection of needles for this machine here, which uses needles that are smaller than the standard gramophone ones, miniature needles, and I have something that will interest our string players. Look at these, high design. Now, of course, I associate, I'm sure everyone else does, the name high design with rosin for stringed instruments, but clearly they made needles as well. And I bought these on, get it in focus, there we are, I bought these on eBay about a couple of years ago, I think. I haven't opened them yet, so I'm tempted actually to open them and have a look. According to the publicity, it will play 100 sides. These boasts that replaceable needles make for the number of sides they play have to be tempered with a great degree of common sense, because it depends on the loudness of the recording. The more oscillatory the nature of the groove, the more it seems to wear the needle, and also the more worn a record is, the more it wears the needles. A bit of a vicious cycle. I'm going to pause the video while I open the packet and let's see what's inside. High Design Deluxe. Well, I've emptied the packet. Inside was a paper packet, and I'm afraid the needles inside are looking well past their best, so I'm not sure they're going to be usable. There aren't any small needles like this being made anymore. There are people making new standard gramophone needles, but not these miniatures, which is a shame, but there we are. I'm going to have a close look at these while I just put the camera on pause again. Now, I've given up on the high design needles. They're too rusty and decayed to be of any use. This is the trouble buying stuff on eBay. You've no idea what it's like. And in all fairness to the person who sold them, the packet was unopened, so they couldn't know the condition of the needles inside. So we write that one down to experience. These are Columbia 99 needles, and these are lovely quality needles. 10 in a packet. 3 left in there, and I've got another packet there somewhere, yes, and I've got some ones that can be resharpened there as well. So we've got a few. I'm always on the lookout for new supplies on eBay. They do crop up from time to time. Now, in these small pickups, the needles simply push into a hole on the underside of the pickup. If I can just focus in on it for you. There, and you can just about see the new needle I put in. It's just sort of held in by its bit of gentle pressure. Not very secure really, but anyway, let's play the record. So hopefully this is the first of 100 sides to be played with this needle.
Lord Elderly, Lord Bonamere, Lord Sickert, and Lord Kent, with every virtue, every grace, ah, what avails the sceptred race? Here you see the four of us, and there are so many more of us eldest sons that must succeed. We know how Caesar conquered Gaul and how to whack a cricket ball. Apart from this, our education lacks coordination. Though we're young and tentative and rather representative science of a noble breed, we are the product of those homes serene and stately that only lately seem to have run to seed. The stately homes of England, how beautiful they stand, to prove the upper classes have still the upper hand. Though the fact that they have to be rebuilt and frequently mortgaged to the hilt is inclined to take the guilt off the gingerbread and certainly damps the fun of the eldest son. But still we won't be beaten, we'll scrimp and screw and save. The playing fields of Eton have made us frightfully brave. And though if the Van Dykes have to go and we pawn the Bechstein Grand, we'll stand by the stately homes of England. Here you see the pick of us. You may be heartily sick of us still with sense. We're all imbued. Our homes command extensive views, and with assistance from the Jews, we have been able to dispose of rows and rows and rows of Gainsboroughs and Lawrences, some sporting prints of Aunt Florence's, some of which were rather rude. Although we sometimes flaunt our family conventions, our good intentions mustn't be misconstrued. The stately homes of England we proudly represent. We only keep them up for Americans to rent. Though the pipe that supply the bathroom burst in the lavatory makes you fear the worst, it was used by Charles I, quite informally, and later by George IV. On a journey north, the State Department keep their historical renown. It's wiser not to sleep there in case they tumble down. But still, if they ever catch on fire, which with any luck they might, we'll fight for the stately homes of England. The stately homes of England, though rather in the lurch, provide a lot of chances for psychical research. There's the ghost of a crazy younger son who murdered in 1351 an extremely rowdy nun who resented it, and people who come to call meet her in the hall. The baby in the guest wing who crouches by the grate was walled up in the west wing in 1428. If anyone spots the Queen of Scots in a hand-embroidered shroud, we are proud of the stately homes of England.
What a clever lyricist Noel Coward is. Very clever. Oh, look at that break working beautifully. Now, while we're here, I'm going to play the other side of this record because it's rather good. And it is this number. Where are the songs we sung? Noel Coward, again with His Majesty's Theatre Orchestra, conducted by Francis M. Collinson.
Once in a lifetime, when we are very, very young, and love comes out to greet us for the first time, we often wide our arms and say to him, this is the only that young surrender, we can remember when some little tune recalls our hearts to vanished splendor. Like organ music in a sunny street, so sweetly flat, so sadly tender. And so when love again rides on, we sometimes sigh. Where are the hungry pen, and the love in our hearts was young? Can you remember all the foolish things we said, the pranks we planned, the tears we shed? Where is it now, that enchanted dawn, when love in our hearts was born? Where in the shadows that we had to pass undone? Long those songs that once we sang.
Cheery tunes for today. Mr. Noel Coward. See you tomorrow.